Caitlin Clark, the rising star of the Indiana Fever, has become one of basketball's most talked about names over the past 2 years. Her skill, intensity, and leadership on the court have captivated fans nationwide. After a historic college run at Iowa, Clark entered the WNBA and quickly emerged as the face of the Fever. Her rookie year brought energy and standout performances, and by her sophomore season, she had already left a major imprint on the league. In July 2025, Clark received one of the sport's top individual honors. She was named WNBA Player of the Year at the ESPYS. It marked a massive achievement, especially for someone still so early in their professional career. Her journey is already redefining the future of women's basketball.
You guys know now who won.
Okay.
Drum roll.
Okay.
And the winner is Caitlin Clark, ladies.
The moment was electric, beating out veterans like Breena Stewart, A'ja Wilson, and Napheesa Collier. Caitlin Clark was named WNBA Player of the Year at the 2025 ESPYs. It was a proud milestone not only for her, but for her fans and her Indiana Fever teammates. Many believed it marked just the beginning of what would be a legendary career. But just as everything seemed to be aligning perfectly, trouble surfaced during a regular season game against the Connecticut Sun. Clark began showing visible discomfort late in the second half. She had been managing a lingering groin injury, but that night, she aggravated it again. At first, it wasn't clear how serious it was until fans saw her limping. Clutching her side. Head coach Stephanie White told reporters she would be evaluated carefully. The hope was it was minor. Unfortunately, it wasn't. On July 17th, just days after being honored at the ESPYs, Clark announced she would be withdrawing from the 2025 WNBA All-Star Weekend, including both the All-Star Game and the three-point contest. What made it even harder? Both events were set to be held in her home arena in Indianapolis. Fans were heartbroken. Clark said she was deeply disappointed, but knew that prioritizing her health was the right call. She posted a short, heartfelt message online, filled with heart emojis and gratitude, thanking fans for their support and promising to be there in spirit. Though she wouldn't play, Clark made it clear she would still attend, cheering for her teammates from the sidelines. It was a mature, team-first decision, one that reminded everyone of her commitment to the game and to those around her. With Caitlin Clark out, the league needed a last-minute replacement for the three-point contest. They didn't have to look far. Enter Lexie Hull, Clark's teammate on the Fever. Hull had been having a quietly stellar season. Her three-point percentage ranked among the league's best, making her a natural choice. While she didn't get the same spotlight as Clark, coaches and fans had taken notice. Hull had built a reputation for consistency, discipline, and sharp shooting, especially from deep. Taking Caitlin's place in such a high-profile event was both an honor and a challenge. The lights would be bright, the expectations high, and the event was happening at home right in Indianapolis, but Hull was ready. This was her chance to represent her team, honor her friend, and prove herself on the national stage. Behind this exciting moment, however, was a quietly devastating personal loss. Just days before being named Clark's replacement, Lexie Hull shared that her beloved dog, Maggie, had passed away after 14 years together. On social media, she posted black and white photos of herself and Maggie, calling her the sweetest Mags, and wrote that home won't be the same without her. The post drew thousands of reactions, not just from fans, but from fellow players across the league. Among the first to respond were Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham. Clark kept it simple, writing, "Love you," a few words that spoke volumes about their friendship. Cunningham, known for her intensity on the court, responded, "No, Lex, I'm sorry," showing a softer, more personal side. Moments like these remind fans that behind the uniforms and highlight reels, these athletes are human. They face the same losses, heartbreaks, and struggles as everyone else. For Hull, the grief was real, but so was the support from her team. Her teammates stood by her, not just professionally, but personally. Their messages weren't just empty condolences, they were proof of a deep sisterhood built over time, trust, and shared experience. Sophie Cunningham has emerged as one of the most passionate supporters of both Clark and Hull, known for her fierce defense and physical play. Sophie has also shown tremendous loyalty off the court. Earlier in the season, when Caitlin Clark was fouled hard in a game, Sophie was the first to step in. She didn't hesitate. She defended her teammates, even though it cost her earning a fine from the league. But to fans, that moment meant everything. It wasn't just about standing up, it was about showing up. Cunningham's act earned her widespread respect. Fans began to see her not just as a competitor, but as a leader. That's what makes this Fever team so unique. In a league filled with high pressure, tough competition, and relentless media scrutiny, the Indiana Fever have built something stronger than just a roster. They've built a sisterhood. Whether it's supporting a teammate through injury, heartbreak, or celebration, they've shown time and again that they're more than just teammates. They're family. And for a player like Caitlin Clark, who's already rewriting what's possible for the next generation of women's basketball, being surrounded by people like Lexie Hull and Sophie Cunningham is a powerful thing. Because even when she's sidelined, she's never standing alone. Sophie Cunningham became a core part of the team's identity and helped create a safe, positive space for Clark and the younger players. She stepped up as a big sister, guiding them and offering support both on and off the court. To honor the growing bond between Clark, Cunningham, and Hull, fans began calling the trio Tres Leches, a nickname inspired by the dessert, but also symbolizing their close-knit connection. Cunningham even wore a custom shirt with cartoon versions of the three players on it. It quickly became a hit with fans and represented the fun and real friendship they shared. But for many, the name meant more than laughs. It was a signal that this team had something deeper. The respect and care they showed for one another came through in how they played and how they stood by each other. Whether they were celebrating big wins or pushing through painful losses, their bond was unshakable. This story goes far beyond basketball. It's a story about sisterhood, resilience, and emotional strength. Caitlin Clark had to sit out of an event she'd long been dreaming. After the biggest award of her life, Lexie Hull was grieving the loss of a pet who'd been with her since childhood. And through it all, Sophie Cunningham stayed steady, lifting up her team, protecting them, and showing up when they needed her most. These women reminded us that being a pro athlete isn't just about stats, it's about presence. They showed care, love, and quiet strength when it counted most. That's why they became more than basketball players. They became role models. They reminded fans that strength isn't just physical, it's emotional. It's showing up for friends, offering a shoulder, being the calm in the storm. The story of Caitlin's injury, Lexie's grief, and Sophie's support wasn't just about adversity, it was about connection. And fans saw that. Across the country, social media lit up with messages of love and admiration. It didn't matter who scored the most or won the night. What mattered was how they stood by one another and how they reminded us all what truly counts, truly matters. As the Indiana Fever move forward in their season, they do so with a renewed sense of unity and drive. Caitlin Clark is expected to return stronger after her recovery. Lexie Hull prepares to take part in the three-point contest with both determination and a heavy heart. And Sophie Cunningham continues to lead with grit and compassion. Together, they represent more than a basketball team. They are a circle of women who lift one another up, face challenges with courage, and lead with love. Their journey touched fans not because of stats, but because of the way they stood by one another during a difficult moment. In sports, we often see the game. And as always, we'll keep bringing you the real stories behind the scores. Until next time, stay kind, stay strong, and keep showing love for women's sports. We'll see you in the next video.